Hello students. So today we will be discussing the next topic of the chapter, respiration in organisms. What we are going to discuss today we will be discussing about anaerobic respiration that take place in yeast as well as that take place in mussels, and then we will be discussing about similarities and differences between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Now we already have discussed about aerobic respiration. Basically we have discussed what a respiration is, what are the types of respiration, and about aerobic respiration we have discussed, isn't it? Now the next topic that we are going to discuss is about anaerobic respiration. Okay, so what is anaerobic respiration? It is another type of respiration which take place without using oxygen. Okay, so what is the definition? Definition is when the breakdown of glucose occurs without the use of oxygen, it is called what? It is called anaerobic respiration. Okay, now why it is known as anaerobic respiration? Because it takes place without air which contains oxygen. Okay, in case of aerobic respiration, we knew that glucose, okay, glucose, it is completely broken down in presence of oxygen inside the cells. But over here in case of anaerobic respiration, what happens? The glucose, it is being broken down in absence of oxygen, and since it takes place in absence of oxygen, so therefore partial breakdown occurs. Okay, unlike the aerobic respiration complete breakdown occurs, over here what happens? The partial breakdown occurs. Okay, so the microscopic organisms like yeast, okay, and certain bacteria. Yeast, it is a type of fungi. Okay, and the scientific name of yeast is what? Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay, so these microscopic organisms like for example yeast and certain other bacteria, they obtain energy by anaerobic respiration. Okay, what happens? This yeast, okay, they break down glucose in the absence of oxygen to form the end product, what? Alcohol, carbon dioxide, and they release what? They release energy. We had learned that in case of aerobic respiration, what were the end product? The end products were carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Okay, but over here carbon dioxide, alcohol, and energy. Carbon dioxide and energy is same, but in case of aerobic respiration it was water, and in case of anaerobic respiration it is what? It is alcohol. Understood? Now only a few living organism, okay, they carry out what? They carry out anaerobic respiration to obtain energy. We already have learned that most of the living organism in this universe, they undergo aerobic respiration. Okay, but anaerobic respiration only few living things they carry out. Okay, now yeast and certain bacteria, they carry out anaerobic respiration in absence of oxygen to obtain what? To obtain energy. Here you can see the word equation is given. Glucose in absence of oxygen, it is broken down into alcohol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. This energy, it is utilized by yeast and certain other bacteria for doing their metabolic activities. Carbon dioxide is released and alcohol is released in presence of in place of what? In place of water. Okay, so yeast, what we can say? Yeast, it is an anaerobe. Okay, yeast, it can survive in absence of oxygen. Okay, yeast, what are the characteristics of yeast? It is a single celled organism. Okay, a single cell is only present, right? So in yeast, what happens? The single cell, it represents the whole organisms. Like amoeba, we had learnt about the movement of amoeba in chapter number 2. That was a single celled protozoa. Over here yeast, it is what? It is a single celled fungi. Okay, now yeast, where it is used? Yeast, it is used for making alcoholic drinks such as what? Such as wine and beer, okay, and bread. Okay, now how come? How the yeast, it is used for making wine, beer, and bread? Now yeast, we all know that it respires anaerobically, and during this process what happens? The yeast, it converts glucose into alcohol. So therefore since alcohol is being produced, so therefore yeast, it is used in industry to make alcohol, right? Now this alcohol, it is used in making what? In making wine and beer. Okay, now anaerobic respiration in yeast, it also produces what? Also produces carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so we all know that bread or cake pastry that we all eat, it is what? It is fluffy in texture. Okay, so what happens in bread making or in cake pastry making, the carbon dioxide produced by yeast, it makes the bread rise. Okay, actually how do we make the bread and the cake or pastry? When we are making the dough from the wheat flour, over there only we add what? We add yeast. Okay, and then we keep it for some time. Now meanwhile what happens, the yeast, it respires anaerobically, and what happens, it releases carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide, it makes the bread or cake pastry fluffy or risen up. Okay, thus we can say that anaerobic respiration in yeast, it is used to make what? Alcohol and bread. Okay, anaerobic respiration, it produces much less energy, because as I said, only partial breakdown of glucose occurs in anaerobic respiration in the absence of oxygen, but in case of aerobic respiration, complete breakdown of food occurs, and since complete breakdown of food occurs, so more energy gets liberated in case of aerobic respiration. Okay, and in case of anaerobic respiration, what happens? Partial breakdown take place, and that's why a very little amount of energy is being released. Okay, so this is a picture. It shows what? It shows the structure of what? Structure of yeast. Okay, it is a single celled organism. Here you can see the scientific name I have written. The scientific name is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay, now next we will be reading about anaerobic respiration in muscles, muscles like human muscles. Okay, now we normally obtained energy by what? By aerobic respiration. Okay, but under certain condition, like when extra energy is needed, then what happens? Anaerobic respiration, it take place in our muscles for a short time. Okay, now for example, you have eaten some food. Okay, you have gained some energy, and suppose you are doing rigorous hard work, suppose you are running, suppose you are jumping. Okay, rigorous hard work suppose you are doing, so the energy which was being released, okay, what happens? It gets used up, okay, in our muscle cells. Okay, now what happened? When the oxygen, it gets used up faster in our muscle cells then can be supplied by the blood, then what happens? A temporary deficiency of oxygen occurs in our muscle cell. Okay, like as I said, that when we are doing any heavy physical exercise like running, cycling, weightlifting, or you can say jumping, high jumping, okay, especially this happens in case of athletes. Okay, then what happens? Our muscle, it needs what? It needs lot of energy. I already said you when I explained you the general thing about respiration, that a lot of energy is required for hard work, whereas when you are sleeping, when you are reading, little amount of energy is required. Okay, so in order to produce more energy when you are doing any hard work, our muscles, it need more oxygen. Okay, but what happens? The supply of oxygen through blood, it is limited and hence insufficient. Okay, so under this condition, what happens? Anaerobic respiration take place in our muscle cell, that is without oxygen. Okay, to produce what? To produce extra energy and fulfill the demand for more energy. Okay, so what we can say, anaerobic respiration, it take place in our muscle cells during any vigorous physical activity. When oxygen gets utilized up faster in the muscle cells, then can be supplied by blood. Okay, here you can see the word equation, but over here what happens? What does it produce? It does not produce alcohol over there, rather it produces what? It produces lactic acid. Okay, lactic acid and energy. Okay, so anaerobic respiration that is taking place in the muscles, it only provides the extra energy which is needed under these kind of circumstances. Okay, but this anaerobic respiration, it does not provide us energy for doing other kind of work. Okay, now what happens? Like after a heavy physical exercise, okay, like for fast training, we sometimes get what? We sometimes get muscle cramp. Okay, muscle cramp means what? Painful contraction of muscle. Okay, they are called cramp. Okay, now why does it happen? Okay, the question is, why does it happen? Why do we get the muscle cramp after heavy physical exercise? Now what happens during heavy physical exercise? What happens? Some of our muscle, they respire anaerobically, okay, in order to meet with the extra oxygen. Okay, now what happens, the anaerobic respiration by muscles, it brings about partial breakdown of glucose in order to form this lactic acid. Okay, now what happens, since the lactic acid is produced, this lactic acid, it gets accumulated in the muscle. Okay, and this accumulation of lactic acid in the muscle, it cause what, it cause muscle cramp. Okay, so we can get relief from this cramp in our muscle caused by heavy exercise by taking what, by taking hot water bath or a simple massage. Why? Because hot water bath or massage, what happens, it improves the circulation of blood in the muscle. Okay, now due to this improved blood flow, what happens, the supply of oxygen to the muscle, it gets increases. Okay, now this oxygen, what happens, it breaks down the lactic acid accumulated in muscles into carbon dioxide and water, and thus what happens, it gives relief from the cramp. Okay, so this is all about your anaerobic respiration in muscles. Okay, next we will be discussing about what, next we will be discussing about similarities between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. What are the similarities? Number one, in both aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, energy is produced by the breakdown of food, that is glucose. Okay, number two, it can be glucose also, it can be what, it can be fatty acid also. Okay, but mostly it is glucose, as because we take carbohydrates more. Okay, then in case of both aerobic and anaerobic respiration, what happens, both of them, they take place inside the cells. Okay, so what are the two similarities? Number one, in both the cases the energy is produced by breaking down of food, and both aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, it takes place in the cells of an organism. Okay, next, what are the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration? Here you can see in aerobic respiration, oxygen is required, whereas in case of anaerobic respiration, either in muscle cell of an animal or in plants or yeast, no oxygen is required. Okay, where does it occur? Okay, see, aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, both the respiration, it takes place in the muscle, it takes place in the cells, but in case of aerobic respiration, it takes place in the mitochondria of a cell. As I said you in our last class, that mitochondria, it is known as what, it is known as powerhouse of a cell. Whereas this anaerobic respiration, it takes place in what, in cytoplasm, the jelly like material which is present inside the cell is known as cytoplasm. So in case of animal cell also, and in case of yeast also, both the anaerobic respiration, it takes place in the cytoplasm. Okay, Acha, glycolysis, it is a process you will be learning in higher class. Okay, so ignore this point. Glycolysis, it occurs in case of aerobic respiration also, in case of anaerobic respiration also, but details of glycolysis I will discuss later on. Okay, ATP, what is ATP? ATP is actually the energy currency. Okay, so over here you consider it as energy, how much energy is released. Over here you see, in case of aerobic respiration, it is 38 ATP, whereas you can see in case of anaerobic respiration, it is comparatively less, as because partial breakdown of glucose occurs. Okay, now glucose is completely broken down. In case of aerobic respiration, it is yes, in case of anaerobic respiration, it is no. Okay, end products, what are the end products? End products in case of aerobic respiration, it is carbon dioxide and water. In case of anaerobic respiration, in muscle of animals or human beings, it is lactic acid. And in case of what, in case of yeast, as I said you, alcohol and carbon dioxide. So ethanol, it is a type of alcohol, ethyl alcohol. Okay, so these all are about the differences between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So today our topic has been completed. So next day I will be discussing about what, discussing about breathing, the mode of breathing. So thank you everyone.